Ave, I promised you an epic battle, and I had to wait like for 3 or 4 weeks to record it because I just hadn't have time to do this. But we are in the battle right now, so let's see. Let's meet our participants. So from the right, the French are commanded by Miskor, an old friend of mine from the SUNTZU clan, and his opponent is Talcor from the TSR clan. To the left is my army. Portugal army, and I am facing Gobbler, another an old friend of mine, not that old as Miskor, of course, because I know Miskor from way back in 2010 or 11. I met him. And to my left is Aya, just a random player who joined us on the Saturdays with Napoleon. So at that time I didn't know much about him. And opposing him is Hobgoblin, another SUNTZU member. And Hobgoblin's ally is Raps. You should know him really well if you watch my previous replays. And his opponent will be Rock Miguel, also from the SUNTZU clan. So let's switch to normal speed. Going over the builds, we could do that, but it would take a lot of time. And I don't have a lot of time. I would rather make another video in a place of that. Plus, this isn't really a high-level battle because of the mix of high-skill players and not so high-skill players. So let's drop the analytical part and just enjoy an epic battle, because it's epic indeed. So let's see. Raps is slowly approaching. Rock. Rock slides are very spread out. Aya is a little bit behind, like he's slipping. Also, he lacks one light because the rules are always no art, max 5 lights. So it looks like Rock is preparing his attack. He doesn't have a second line here, which Raps does, and it will be really useful if he even has a third line. He throws one cavalry to force the squares. They're very necessary, as you can see, and he didn't really sink that good. Well, let's see if he gets a volley or not. This one didn't. This unit? No. This is because the battle might be a little bit laggy. I don't know what were the orders that he gave, because that might be also be the case. But excuse me. If a battle is laggy, then the units behave really differently, especially when it comes to volleys. They tend to shoot very late, like, oh, there's a cavalry unit there. It's in our range, but let's just wait and don't shoot, because why? Anyway, we have an epic charge here. I'm not as good as Lionheart or Overkill or anybody like that. What I can do is to provide a really analytical view, but this battle doesn't really require a lot of it, because it's not the championship game or some clan match. It's just a battle for fun, as you could see. Excuse me, it's really early in the morning. So okay. So Rock will charge from behind his lights. I think we could see some... Oh yeah, here it is. A friendly fire charge. Because as I said earlier in the previous videos, you can friendly fire charge, because once the charge animation logs in, then the unit will charge anything that would stand in their way. There's also a workaround this. Maybe I can show this in one of our battles in the future. But I don't have a lot of cavalry, as you can see, only my general. And I am pushing quite heavily right now, even putting my line infantry really close, so they can fire over my light units. They don't cause friendly fire this way. As you can see, it's still full. Here is rather dealing damage, not mine. So this is also a trick you can use. The pro players do this. Excuse me. And good players do this all the time. And you have rocks general dying, killed by raps or goblin, probably raps. And Rock's flank is crumbling, or even his entire army is crumbling. That's because Hobgoblin used his cavalry not to fight his opponent Aya, but to support Raps in his counterattack. Since Rock was the first to attack, but well, not really, maybe. It was failed attack by Raps, then counterattack by Rockmigul, and then counterattack by Raps. Something around those lines. Or maybe we could see here a friendly fire charge. Let's see. Yeah, I think like 50 men dropped, 20 now. I was a little bit too late to show this. But yeah, basically this unit is dead. That's why attacking is valid. You could think that defending is better because you have the first volley advantage, and then with equal units, equal funds spent on the units, the defenders should win if the skill is equal. But that's not really the case, because attacking gives you that you have cavalry on the side of your opponent, and you have your line infantries free to shoot. It's the same rule as in just normal war. It's better to fight on your enemy's ground, because the ground that is fight on will be burned. You know what I mean. If you read the Art of War book, really good, I recommend. It's there. So yeah, now the situation I am in is that I have to support my ally Aya, that isn't doing his best job. He's just getting killed by light units, and he's firing back because he lost all his light units. He isn't even spreading out to the fullest his infantries. That's also a mistake. So yeah, what the situation is here is that I have to support him. I have to support my ally Miskor. As you can see, I'm facing his opponent, and also Miskor's opponent is supporting my opponent. So I am really heavy lifting here. 3 opponents at once, basically. Well, maybe not 3 because not entirely 3, but you know. So yeah, with Rock being defeated, almost, we have to just push really hard, as fast as we can on this flank, and this means that I have to use a strategy or tactic that isn't the best in terms of deal damage to, well, maybe killed to casualties ratio. Let's put it that way. But it kills enemy faster. So now I trade the time for my numbers, basically. So we have to push here really hard. That's why I take some units from Miskor's enemy, so he can push harder on this flank, and this is what he's doing. He's using his spare cavalry to force the enemy into the squares, approaches with his old guard, and this old guard will deal a lot of damage if it fires. You see, it says it's firing. No, it's not. Okay. But this is what lacks, because you have range, you can have an attack order, but they won't fire because they're lax, and they have to just understand that what's in front of them. Then yeah, enemy is in front of us. Yeah, that's fine. What should we do? Yeah, we should fire. So let's prepare for fire, and then fire. We'll see that in a minute. So Miskor is marching, come on. Yeah, he's running, okay. It's also a shame that there isn't this system in place that it was introduced in Shogun. Yeah, and he didn't catch range for long enough to fire. Like I retweeted. So yeah, cavalry also forces your enemy to stop kiting, because that's what Darkor is doing now. So if you can force the enemy into the square, you can stop him and then fire at him, but you waste your cavalry in that way. Well, not maybe waste, but your cavalry will die sooner or later. So yeah, as I said, I'm using this build quite efficient to kill my enemy fast. His light infantries are almost gone. The line infantries aren't that good of a shape either. So yeah, what I have to do is to form my line anew again, and try to kill him as fast as possible. It will be a little easier now, since he almost has no lights. Just a line battle. As you can see, he approaches me now, so he does basically me a huge favor. Yeah, I'll put my line infantry behind my lights so they can fire over them to double my firepower basically. What is going on here now? IA is finished because of the snowball effect that Raps and Hobgoblin can put together. So I am sending 2 of my units from reserves to just stop them for as long as I can. And my units are already running out of ammo. This will be a huge problem. So yeah, I have to charge them. That's basically the best what I can do right now. Also, if they charge, this unit probably is also out of ammo. If I can charge, this forces these units to fire at this, well, almost useless units without ammunition. So yeah, this unit can't make square because it got caught up here. So it's impossible for them, because once you are in melee, you can't form squares. Try to give attack here. I don't know if they have ammo or not. I'm not entirely sure, but either way, they are tied in melee. Oh, the gun got full charge, but now they are tied. Yeah, they have ammo because it said they are firing. So it was just an AI bug, I think, that caused this unit to walk to them. So Miskor is still waiting with all guards. It's really hard because Tarko is a good player. And Miskor isn't in his prime, for sure. He just visited us from the occasion that there was Sadler's Napoleon. And now, as I have far superior firepower, what my opponent Goblin does is charging. I mean, it's a really good thing. It will... Well, he could choose between firing and slowly dying, or just charging me, tying me in place, waiting for Raps to arrive. And my one unit got wrecked here. Well, I have a lot of advantage here. He also uses his general, it's Hobgoblins, I think. And if I remember correctly, a funny thing will happen now. So my unit is theoretically firing, but not really. Oh, maybe really it is. So where's the general? I think it's here. And he died from the friendly fire, I believe. But it counts for us. So Hobgoblins units will now have a moral penalty, but not really. They are just in... They have too much advantage locally to have low morale. And now I'm chasing Aya's general. Not Aya's, Gobbler's general with my general staff, my only cavalry unit. And as you can see, the charge, melee charge was a really good idea. My center got wrecked and I don't have light units anymore. So yeah, they're basically dead before the charge, but they were finished off in the charge. Also, what you can do, the lights were probably out of ammo or running out of ammo, is to stop the enemy lines, line foots that are charging, to stop them on your light infantry, and your your light infantry and your line infantry. This is too similar to words. Okay, so your line infantry can fire from the very close range into the melee. You are sacrificing, of course, your light units because there will be a lot of friendly fire there. But if they are almost dead and out of ammo, then they are useless anyway. So you can as well sacrifice them and just kill a lot of units that can cause you harm in the future. So you can see that the friendly fire is a really good thing if you know how to use it. So Tarko now tries a counterattack because Miskor is out of cavalry. So there's no threat to counterattack the counterattack. And this old guard is not in the best shape, but the other two are still, yeah, in quite good condition. This cavalry will soon be dead. And a general charge here, there's no possibility of score here because this unit was below 47 or 48, because 48 men can form a square, 47 can't. That's what you should remember when watching replays. And you could say, oh no, what a noob, he didn't make square. Well, he was below 47 men, so he couldn't. 48. So yeah, we are pushing Tarko now because we have an advantage. I try to envelop him and just run away from this massive Prussian force of combined units from Raps and Hobgoblin. I have to run in a straight line like this, not like this, because if I run in this direction, then the Raps and Hobgoblin will just simply catch me. But I can for a little while because there is enough distance now, but it won't be for really long. So Miskor still has his general, so I can use that to stop the Ottomans. I can do this too with my general, and he's here. I'm just aiming to charge, I don't know, light unit maybe this line unit. The thing is, you can't charge general if your enemy has a reloaded weapon, and you have to bear that in mind. If these units shoot before retreating, then they are not reloaded, and I can charge them easily because they won't fire at me in a fraction of a second. But if they are reloaded, then I'm dead as soon as I charge. So this is really important thing to remember if you are playing Napoleon. The other YouTubers won't tell you that probably. And you have to keep in mind. Of course, now I don't know if they are reloaded or not, and at that point in battle, I don't know if I knew. But yeah, my general is really tired. I just tried to scare him off, but it didn't really work. He tries to shoot me now, and he's probably reloaded. Yeah, as you can see, that was just one shot. But yeah, what's unfortunate here? Look, this guy got left behind. He backed basically, and that allowed, because that one guy was in range, that allowed the entire line infantry to fire the entire volley from 45 men. So yeah, I will just wait for Lionheart to cover this battle. Overkill already did, and he did a really good job of not showing how bad I played this game, because there was some terrible mistakes I made. Maybe it's because I was organizer, or yeah, I think it's organizer. I was organizing basically these events, the Saturdays with Napoleon, and I had to alt tab a lot to move people from channel to channel. We could also encounter some trolls, but there weren't any really. But maybe the Aya guy wanted to join our TeamSpeak in the middle of battle, and he couldn't, because I don't know why. Some people just don't know how to use TeamSpeak. So yeah, that also may be the case. Plus, when I'm playing, I'm almost always, if not always, well, if I'm not doing it, almost nobody's doing it. So basically, I'm always doing it, or I'm not doing it if I don't want to. I just want to have fun. But yeah, and if I remember, we were on the same channel on TeamSpeak, so there's not like we had separate rooms and separate communication. We were just having fun on one TeamSpeak. So that's why this battle isn't also that coordinated as you could wish. Hey, Misker now makes some errors, mistakes. I'm sorry, I got a hiccup. I don't know how. So yeah, let's speed this up, or maybe not. Misker walks into another volley. And he did give order to attack this unit. He just ordered to walk here, and they are walking here, as he ordered them to do. And until the very last man walks into a line, these guys won't do shit. So you have to wait for the friends, then fill up the gaps. Then they will start reloading. You can see? Yeah? Now reload. Okay, they were reloaded. Oh, not. Yeah. You stood here for like half an hour, and now you're reloading. Because you couldn't do this earlier. Yeah. That's the bad thing about AI. But if you click, right click on the enemy, then they will start shooting without waiting for the rest. As you could see, I am doing now. Or this unit don't have ammunition and it's charging, I don't know. Probably out of ammo, yeah. But look at this unit here, okay? See, they enter the range, they stop. There seems some guys working here, but they are firing already. So that's the good way, but the good thing about this method, but it also can backfire because they can start dicing Macarena, as we call it in Sun Tzu, and basically the Napoleon community. So the units just can start turning around really slowly, without reason, in the middle of fire battle like here. So yeah, but luckily they are not dancing Macarena now. We are trying to win this. Yeah, this was that I am out of ammo. So almost all my units are out of ammo. So I have to charge them. I have no other choice. And of course, charging is less efficient than firing. Because the enemy can also just countercharge in the last second, just like Rabs did here. And it's really even, 41 to 41. 1 XP each. Yeah, super even. But Rabs is slowly winning. He has better morale. And now I know that this unit just fired at this unit and rotted them. So I can charge my general. You see, if they had reloaded weapons, I would be dead by now. Well, they just reloaded. But I'm not dead because this guy didn't reload. Now I can charge them. Yeah, with 5 men. That's not effective. At all. But it's something. I have to do something because if I don't, then we lose. So let's see what Miskor does here because I'm pretty much screwed. He'll be a nice melee. 1 versus 2, but my are outnumbering them anyway. Yeah, 86 to 36 and 36. I don't know. Coincidence or I didn't look good. Yeah, firing into light units is pointless because they're spread out. They are in light infantry mode. A lot of bullets from mids. What you should do is just charge melee, and if you have ammo, you can switch to the shoot and advance mode. I have no idea what it's called in English, But what it does basically, it spread out your unit. So if this unit was charged also, along with this old guard, at least one of them would make it. And these light units will be tied in melee, and in melee, light units will of course lose to line infantry. Miskor had a nice advantage here, but due to some misplays and of course a really good play from Talcor, Miskor lost, and now some general is dead, probably mine. No, Miskor's. So mine lived. Yeah, we can see the last charges. Now this light infantry charges because it's out of ammo too. But this one still has ammo, so yeah, this is a friendly fire case, as I told you earlier. This unit tied this in place. They also are kinda blocking the fire from with their own bodies from this unit. And this unit is out of ammo too. But Turkish won Mali here, so they can charge in here now. Yeah, I don't have max graphic settings. I don't have the strongest of PC. And yeah, that's the end of the battle. I got defeated here. Only 3 Prussian units plus general left. So that's, well, good enough considering how big of advantage they had over me. I killed a lot of them. But yeah, it wasn't enough. Blame Iskor. Or blame Rock Miguel. But basically it's blame me because I saw how much I screw up. At some point I didn't make... well, I just wasn't fast enough with some of my decisions. It was hard because I had to... yeah, I didn't finish even my thought. I had to command and coordinate my entire team. So I have to look at Miskor and say him what he should do. Well, maybe not Miskor because Miskor is really good. But I have to look at him, at his situation, tell him what to do, explain it to him because he's not a good player. He's just a beginner. So it's normal that I have to explain some concepts to him. That takes time, and in that time I am vulnerable to charges from the enemy. Also, I had to send my 2 units to stall hobgoblins and raps attacks. So yeah, I was really all over the map, so I could misplace some things. But that's only me to blame, really, for the loss of this battle. But as I said on the live recording of this battle, I feel like a moral winner because I had fun. And everybody laughed there, and so yeah, it was a really fun battle on Saturdays with Napoleon. And there will be more battles coming from these events and others soon, TM. It's always soon TM because I don't have a lot of time to record. I just record when I have time. So sadly, no regular schedule. See ya, soon TM.